moving into the floors now, just because I feel like touching something other than the quarter. Anyway, just a quick overview. The trans tunnel shifter cover box, whatever, this piece, this is gonna have to come off out of the way. So I'll have to go around and cut all of these slug welds off of here. And you can see somebody did a fantastic job, whether it was factory or after the fact, I don't know. But there's their welds and spatter and wire just everywhere. But a lot of these welds are broken, cracked free anyway, and I assume that there's rust under here. Also, we have existing tear out stuff from the center console and some denting, deformation, stuff like that. The edges are all bent. So while this is off, we can dolly it up, and also by pulling this piece off, we can get underneath here that the blasting could not go, and treat all that metal, make sure that's all good. And then our seam for this floor patch piece will be, most of it will be hidden under here, and it will just be a little bit right here where you see a little weld seam, but I'll grind that so you'll never notice it. And then it'll be at the factory flange on the firewall all the way around is my plan. And it does continue all the way back to this rear section, at least the patch panel that we got. However, I don't know if it justifies changing it all the way back to here. I'm probably going to cut it short under the driver's seat somewhere in here. Just because this, you end up getting into a lot more stuff if you go further back, and it actually looks fairly solid in that one section. So in the essence of keeping as much original sheet metal, we're gonna leave it. Here is my new replacement floor piece, just to give you a quick show of that. The shifter, trans tunnel extension, whatever, will come over and overlap this thing somewhere around there like that. So that will be the seam that you won't see if since we're gonna take the tunnel off, we'll hide it underneath there like it should be and then cap it. Also, to right here, I'll cut this off is what I'm thinking, right where it laps over, or maybe even leave that square tab and then spot weld it down to the factory floor, but we'll cut it all out back to here. I think that's gonna be the best, safest way to do this, and then that way it keeps all the original mounting holes, because this is where things get specific, and not that the patch piece is different than these, but if we don't disturb any of this stuff, then we know everything is in the same place it needs to be, and nothing is not where it should be. So I will also have to take this wire loom cover, take the welds off of it, pull it off to save it, and put it back on once we put the new floor in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start stripping all this seam sealer that's around the areas of our seams, make some marks on this thing, cut these welds out, get this out of the way, remove this thing, and again, clear out some seam sealer, and then figure out where we're gonna section this in there, as long as we don't run into anything hidden beneath any of these things and expose them. So let's see what happens. Now we got it out of there. I ran the wire crud thug around it real quick just to clean up my flanges a little bit. They still need more love. Overall, they cleaned up pretty good. It was pretty rusty under here, but not a big deal. So what we're gonna do now, or at least my plan is I guess to drill the rest of these out, obviously. Not extending past where I would like to put a seam in here. And then we'll use this piece as a template for the new piece as far as trimming all this to match the tunnel. At least that's my plans. And then we'll have a seam going through here, and then these will all be spot welded wherever the rails are. And then yeah, exactly. And then the tunnel can go back in place. That came off decent for how difficult it can be to pull panels off like that when they're welded like that. I did have one area that tore out on me, not a big deal. I'll fix that. But somebody's been in there, I'm pretty certain, or smashed, like it must have had a buckle in the tunnel, because this is all dented in here, and this is all pushed back and bent on itself. All down here is messed up. But yeah, so I'll fix all that before we go back together with it. I'll try to fix all this stuff so it looks a lot nicer when we put it back together. Okay, so here it's phase one of cleanup. It can still maybe get a little bit better, but it's pretty much where it's at for now, until we put the treatment in there. But now that I have everything ground out of the way, my plan is to set the floor in here and then kind of make some marks on the floor so I know not to cut it too small, and I can kind of get an idea of where I want to cut it and make sure that this sectioning area will work out fine. Should. I don't see why I won't, but I just like to double check. And once I dolly up a little bit of stuff to allow it to drop down in there, because some of these tabs, like these corners from me taking it off, are a little bent. So I'll get those cleaned up. This one was bent prior from the accident or previous repair back in the day. So I'm gonna dolly up some of that, clean off some more of this metal I'm seeing that was left on there from the weld that I didn't get off there, spot welds. So I'll get those cleaned up. And then, yeah, we'll throw this floor down in, make some marks, figure out exactly where I'm gonna section in and cut this out at. I dollied this back out to how it should be. It was caved all into this cross member, but it's not really a big deal. You don't see it, but I'm pretty certain that they're supposed to stay with it. Either way, figure out where I'm going. But yeah, once that's all set in there, we can make a mark. Here it is. This is what it looks like after the rust treatment has been applied. Everywhere is nice and heavily coated. It's a flood coat, basically. You see how nice and smooth and glossy it is. And it's an epoxy. So when it's all dry, it full cures out, you know, and leaves you with a full encasement. So a new layer of, you know, I don't know. It works really good. It's like bulletproof. And it handles heat and welding extremely well, which is why I like it. It basically gives you like zero burn back whenever you weld around it. So it's perfect for this stuff. And it can go on bare metal or rusty metal. So it's good stuff. Anyway, I've treated everything, even the flanges, the mating flanges that had some rust that I could not get inside to really treat everything on as good as I wanted. So I treated it, and yeah, now we're ready to put the floor in place. Let's see what happens. Here is our new floor piece. It's all drilled out, prepped and ready. And again, I do all the drilling from the bottom side, so that way when it goes against the frame rails, it has maximum E-coat around it that's undisturbed and no burring. That's the big thing, because those little guys will leave you with a gap that you can't close up if you've got some metal burrs left on there. Anyway, one last thing, excuse me, one last thing to do before I weld this floor in place, just to save from having to do an overhead weld or anything. I'm going to put this little cable bracket, whatever this is, throttle cable guide or e-brake guide, I'm not sure what it is, but anyway, it goes directly under here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off and weld that on, and then we'll set the floor. All right, here's the floor set in place. It's all clamped down to draw everything where it needs to be. I'm gonna have to play with it as I weld it up because of the old accident or whatever this was in that had everything twisted up in here. All of these flanges kind of have to be pulled around as I weld it. The firewall being separated prior from the first repair and then tacked together. When I cut everything free, it kind of relieved tension in it. So now I've got to get that draw back in to where it needs to be. So I threw a couple tacks down on my back seam area to lock it down, so that way it doesn't move that gap, because I know it needs to be there and everything was kind of sitting there beforehand. So as I weld it up, I'm going to draw it, and then I'll trim out the other things in there. Got everything plug welded in here. All these are done. The only thing I didn't do was weld my firewall closed and this gap here, which is a little bit wide, but I'm thinking, I don't know if you can see, but that's where the firewall and the tunnel right now meet up from where they were tacked in place. So, but this is all aftermarket seam sealer spread over top of factory. Going into factory, that glob right there at the end is the bit of factory that's left, but they ground this out to throw some tack welds, it looks like, just like that big slug one here. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna grind all this rest of the seam sealer off and then look at this firewall and floor and try to line it up a little bit better and then re-weld it, because I obviously know it was apart at one point, or at least partially or mostly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make that look a little nicer and draw all that together close and tight, and then I'll weld this all the way. That's a nice tight gap. And then this one, weld this all the way up. So yeah, everything will look good. Hopefully, it should. and let's see what happens. So, originally, I was under the impression, I should say, that because I found that booger tack over here, and some other little ones on the side up here, the reason that was so off, here, just to show you another angle, that hole up here is supposed to be in line with that hole on the fixtures. When they put these together, they have these around all the parts where they link up and join up, and they got to be close. They're usually pretty spot on, or at least pretty close, but this one is way off. Just like the pinch welds in the back left and right quarter wheelhouses were about a ½ inch off, or 3/8. That's what this is. So it just continued out through the whole car. But so contrary to what I was thinking, though, these right here are factory spot welds. There's no one here, and a couple more that go around. So this was where they put it from factory. So I'm gonna leave it there. But I'm gonna try to draw these in a little bit. It's a little bit wider than I wanted, because I thought I was gonna be able to close them up. So I should have not assumed that, I guess. But either way, I'm gonna fix that. It's not a problem, and we'll get this all cleaned up nonetheless. Okay, there it is, all stitched up together, and everything is one. Everything's nice and solid. Now it's time to grind it all down. And there are a few welds along that firewall that still need to be completed, that I have not done, that I will do soon. And then everything will be ground down, and we'll put our template out here and mark these lines out to cut the tunnel the rest of the way out. Here's the tunnel. I already dollied as much of everything that I could out of it while it was off. Got rid of a ton of buckles and dents that were all through this thing. So I imagine when this thing got crumpled originally, it buckled that up. So anyway, got the holes cut out. Used our template and the old metal to just verify everything and make sure everything was good, and we're good. And so now the tunnel, once I clean up the underside, yeah, all this stuff, all this crust that we couldn't get to is gonna get ripped off of there, and this thing will get treated. Everything will get treated and primed, and then this will be applied onto that, and then stitched up all the way around the edges just like factory. And just so there's no worries here, before I pulled this off, I always scribe my lines, and then I always do a couple witness marks, which is there. So I line that up, and I line this K up back here, basically, and get all my points lined up. I actually have a couple other spots too. So yeah, so once that's all lined up and clamped in and treated, and it will get welded, and we'll be done with this section. And then we'll be moving upwards into here eventually, which is the rust holes on the firewall, which in hindsight, if I'd have been paying attention a little bit better, I could have probably done that with this floor out and maybe been able to stand in here a little bit, but that also may be something I do on the rotisserie just to make it easier to get up inside there. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge later. All right, there it is, all cleaned up. No more nasty rust. There was lots of pitting through here that I ground up. Got really nice bright steel, which is good. Now we're going to cut it all in. Same within here. There it is, all cut in. Same within here, all cut in. Ready to be welded. And that'll be tomorrow. Good. All right, here it is with the transmission tunnel, shifter, cover, whatever thingamajig lined up to our old lines. And also, everything's fitting much better now that this has all been dollied out and it's being up against our new floor. It sits a lot nicer. So anyway, now we're going to open it later. Okay, and here is the, I wouldn't say final result, but close to final result. I've got to come back and clean this little area up. Not too bad. There was some really bad deformation in the metal around that area that didn't come out as well as I wanted, but overall, this looks so much better than before. And no more rotten out section in here, and all these welds being popped from the old damage. And then this is re-welded back on as well and cleaned up, primered on both sides, cut in before installed. And now, after, as I go through everything, when this goes back on the rotisserie, I'll be able to get in here and clean up both sides of this, seal both sides of that, and seam seal everything on this as well. But I'm still going to grind down these welds down here. But those ones we actually are going to leave just like the factory does. So, all right. Oh, I've got to weld the firewall still, but that is all clamped in place, ready to go. But overall, this is done.